there is men who beat their wives, not only in Islam. I mean, this is going to happen and happened almost everywhere. But there's a huge difference between somebody, he beat his wife because he's an idiot, and somebody, he beat his wife because he thinks this is his right. Religion is very important, and if the religion became a religion of crimes, then we have a duty to fight it. And then you will find, like in the West, some silly, stupid people, and they call them stupid with no insult, because this is an insult to stupidity to call those people stupid. And they say, and they are atheists, and they are feminists, and they say we love Islam, when Islam treat the women as a piece of garbage. You know, in the West we have a disease, it's called ignorance, and ignorance make you live as a stupid person. So you will see a feminine group carrying a sign says we love Islam. I don't know why. I mean, Islam consider the women half a brain, consider them not equal to men, consider them stupid, evil, Satan, and we will show you all those things. And then you will find a feminine group says we love Islam. So sometimes you ask yourself, those people, they love what in Islam exactly? In front of me I have a bunch of videos, and they are over the internet, and the Muslims are proud about them, by the way. They are posting them themselves. It's not like something you know, they are hiding. So let us see how the Muslims understand women. You see, when we talk about beating women and we try to defend that, we need to analyze a little bit what is behind the scene. Many people, they think it's okay, it's okay, beating women, it's not right, yeah, okay, but you know, but no, there is way more than this. When you beat a woman, that's mean she is not a full human being. Actually, in America, we have law to protect dogs and cats from being beaten by a human being. In Islam, women are not even equal to cats and dogs, and actually even Aisha, she said that in the hadith. So here we have a Muslim, I don't know if he's a Muslim or not actually, asking Zakir Naik about women beating. And let us see the conversation, and please focus with us.
After you answer me on your answer. Thank you. So we see in Muslim book number 4, number 2127, wherein it says, a part of it that is, he stuck me, Aisha, on the chest, which caused me pain. Further down, if you look at Mishkat al-Masabi, volume 2, page number 690, repeated again in Muslim book number 9, number 3506, a part of it, I'll just get to the point, wherein Umar is trying to say to the Prophet, or rather trying to make him laugh. He says, Messenger of God, I wish you had seen the daughter of Khadija, where she asked me for extra money, and I got up and slapped her on the neck. God's messenger laughed and said, they are around me, as you see, asking for extra money. Abu Bakr then got up, went to Aisha and slapped her on the neck, and Umar did the same to Hafsa. Now we see something of a pattern coming in. Then if we just jump to Quran chapter 4, verse 34, and those wives you fear may be rebellious, admonish, banish them to their couches and beat them. Now, as I understand from your talk, that there is equal punishment for both man and woman. I'm not contending whether they should be beaten or not. My point is, what is the right of the woman if the man is wrong? Because he gets to beat her up.
Brother asked a very good question, and I give you the right to cross-question me after the answer. It is granted.
He's a hero.
Brother quoted hadith of Sahih Muslim and Mishkat al-Masabi. Do you know the relationship between Hafsa and Hazrat Umar?
Well, I've not really got to the point that much. I'm still studying.
Do you know the relationship of Aisha and Abu Bakr? May Allah be pleased with them both.
Her father, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I'm asking you a question. Are you married?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have a daughter?
2 of them.
2 of them, fine.
I get to go to heaven.
Sorry?
I get to go to heaven.
No. If you bring them up correctly,
I remember
with
that. I
love and
remember that.
compassion, then you'll go to heaven,
I
otherwise
remember
not.
that.
But,
Just kidding, just kidding.
But that is only righteous deed. Without iman, you can't enter Jannah. So for you to
enter
go to
Jannah.
heaven, besides upbringing your two daughters correctly, you have to follow the laws of the Quran.
Yeah, you have to follow the law of the Quran and start beating your wife. That will make you a good Muslim. And now you will see the whole conversation here. They will not really tell us what is really the reason to beat the women. If you hear what he will say, you will see how stupid and dangerous this cult is. There's more than 10,000 men listening. Those men, they will go back home and they will beat their wives. And then this video seen by millions. And then the Muslim men, they will go and beat their wives. Because he will not say don't beat them. He will not say this is not right. He will say, yeah, the Prophet is right. Listen carefully.
She's adamant. What will you do?
Point, yeah.
You get the point. Very good. If you have to jump, no, I want to go. I want to fly like Superman. Dad, you are preventing me from being a Superman. What will you do?
Okay. He said to him, if your daughter, she want to jump from the top of the bridge, what do you do?
Point, yeah.
You get the point. Very good. If you have to jump, no, I want to go. I want to fly like Superman. Dad, you are preventing me from being a Superman. What will you do?
Well, I'll stop her, obviously.
Will you slap her or not? If required. She says, no, I want to jump. What will you do?
Well, I can ask it the other way around. What
I'm
if my
asking,
wife
brother.
sees-
I'm asking.
See the guy here saying to him, okay, what about a man who want to jump? Can the wife slap him? And what does this have to do with jumping from the bridge? The wife in the house, they are not jumping over a bridge, you idiot. What does this have to do with this? And if you want to save somebody from jumping from the top of the bridge, you slam him? What about you hold him? Or hold her? This is how low IQ, this is stupid religion is. The question is why we are beating the women. So now he's saying to you, women are stupid, they're crazy, they want to jump over the bridge. Somebody have to stop them. How? We beat them. This is the whole idea. This is the idea. So we beat them. Let us go to the French sheikh. And by the way, this is the name of the video, if you want to watch it, all of it, so you can see the stupidity of this cult, you know. This is a Muslim sheikh who is very, very silly and he do not know 2 words about his religion, but because he's a convert, they put him in the stage. He's going to explain to you how to beat your wife. Islam is a very good religion, my brother. Yes, Islam, it says beat your wife, but listen carefully.
Then he says that if she continues even after that, then the Quran says, يَضْرِبُهُنَّ. It says, apply light corporal punishment.
He said light punishment? Light punishment. See, first of all here, when the man, he have the authority to punish his wife, according to Muslims, because she is a rebellion. And you know, the Quran have a verse saying that Muhammad was doing nushuz. Nushuz is the same word used for the women when they call her rebellion. So how come Khadija or Aisha, they cannot beat Muhammad when he was doing the same act? You see, if you go in the Quran right now, what the Quran says. Let us go to this verse here. It says, those who do nushuz. See the word nushuz. What do you do with them? Admonish them. Separate the bed with them, which means actually it doesn't say separate, it says jail them in their rooms. And the Muslim, he will say to you here, well, he is sacrificing. I mean, the man is not sleeping with his wife. The fact is not the man is sacrificing nothing, because he have 3 more. And he have tons of slaves, especially in the time of Muhammad. So it is the women who will be suffering, because now she treated like a dog inside her house. The guy, he have other 3 wives, and she is the one have to stay in her room and nobody talk to her. She is the dog of the house. And then you beat them. Okay. What if a man, he did the same? The man in the video with Zakir Naik, he asked him, how come you can beat the women? You cannot beat the man. I mean, if the man he do something wrong to his wife, who's going to beat him? Can the wife beat him? For sure not. So here it says, admonish them, banish them from the bed apart, and scourge them. But we heard the guy saying that you beat them lightly. Where is the word lightly is coming from? He will explain to you the word lightly by his own words. And let us see how lightly, what lightly mean. This is how lightly it is. Listen carefully.
What's the context to it? It must not swell. It must not cause bleeding. It must not cause any breakage. And it must not cause any damage to her skin.
Okay. So according to this idiot, which is a lie, all of this is okay as long as you don't cause damage to the skin, as long as you don't break the skin, you don't break the bones, it's okay. No problem. And then he says to you, what kind of beating this beating is? Because you're not really beating. That's what he's trying to say.
So what can you do? What kind of beating is that?
Let us see what kind of beating is that. When a woman, she came to Muhammad, because her husband did beat her. Let us find the hadith. Give me a second. And this is why knowing those references is extremely important, because, you know, when they say to us, you know, you cannot harm the skin, you cannot, all these lies, you know, we show them from the time of Muhammad how it was and what they do. So this is Sahih al-Bukhari. Sahih al-Bukhari, for do not know, or those who do not know, al-Bukhari is a name of a person. Actually, it's not even his name. This guy is coming from Bukhara. He is not even an Arab. And he is the one who collected all the hadith of Muhammad, even though he wasn't there. And he came almost 200 years after Muhammad. And Muslims, they consider this book as a second book after the Quran. Actually, the fact is, the truth is that this book is more important than the Quran, because you can find in this book statement which is abrogating the Quran, which means this book have way more authority than the Quran itself. So if this book, if the Prophet says there's something in this book, and the Quran says something in the Quran, the Muslims don't follow Allah no more, they follow the Prophet, because the Prophet, he is simply Allah in the earth. So here you will see with me that a woman, she came to Aisha and she was complaining that her husband had beat her. Aisha, she said, a lady came wearing a green veil and complained to her, to Aisha, for her husband and of her husband, and showed her a green spot on her skin caused by beating. But we heard the guy saying that you should not do this, you should not do that, you should not break, you should not cause a mark. So all of those are lies, because if you read the whole story, and let me post the link for you all so you can read it by your own time, you will see Muhammad, he never said to the man, why you beat your wife and why you make a green spot on her. The fact he gave him a verse says, beat them. So Muhammad, he took the side, and if you read the story, the man here is forcing the women into sex. Literally, this is a rape. You see, the Muslims, they have a video actually about a man. If a man, he forces his wife into sex, they say in stupid Western, they consider this is rape. Obviously, and this is the problem with many Christians. You know, many Christians, they think that Muslims, they have the same dictionary of words. Like when they say rape, they understand rape as we understand it. When we say love, they understand love as we understand it. When they say beating, we understand beating as... So Muslims, they have different dictionary. Rape for them is raping a woman. She is not your wife against her will. But if she is your wife, you can rape her every day. And actually, this is all the story here is in front of us, is about the woman, she don't want to sleep with the man who is her husband. Simply, Muhammad, he came with a rule, if a woman, her husband divorced her 3 times, she cannot go back to him unless she go and have sex with a new man. So she married this man for that purpose. And now he want to sleep with her. And she don't want to do that. He's very old. She thought by marrying this old man, he will not do it. And then she will make him, you know, don't like her, and he will divorce her and they will go back to her husband, because Islam is a stupid cult. I mean, what kind of religion says if a man divorces his wife, she cannot go back to the husband unless a new husband did, excuse my language, F her? What kind of religion this religion is? Is that a religion of God? Here you will notice another statement of insult to women. The man is the one in control of divorce. The man is the one is humiliating the wife. The man is the one who kicked her out. The man is the one who is abusing her. And the woman, she is the one who is paying for that. So now the women, she don't want to go back to the husband. She want to go back to her children. All of us, we knew that women, they die for the sake of their children. So now this poor woman, she is following the stupid rules of the Quran, chapter 2, verse number 230. And if he has divorced her for the third time between two brackets, then she is not allowed into him. Therefore, until she has do if a new husband, not with it, until she if. You see the verse in the Quran says tankah. Tankah. You see it? The Muslims, they say tankah mean marriage. It says tankah zawjan, so she do nikah to her husband. How she is marrying husband? And you will see in the hadith, this is exactly what happened. The woman, she didn't marry the man, but she don't want to do nikah. She don't want him to F her. Excuse my language again. So the woman, she refused to practice this verse as Muhammad he want. She wanna use it so she can get away from it, which means like, okay, I have to marry a husband, but I'm not going to sleep with him. I'm not going to do nikah. The man, he did beat his wife. The woman, she came to Muhammad, wife, Aisha, and she complained about the beating which is caused by this man until he made her skin greener. Did Muhammad say to him anything in the whole story? Here we go, this is the link in front of you, I post it for you. Muhammad did not even say to him one word, why you made her skin green. No. He went against her, and he said to her, if you think you can go back to your husband by this, you should know you cannot unless he tastes your juice, which means your orgasm, and he tastes your orgasm. This is the words of a prophet. Until, you see the Muslim, they try, this is the translation, says, until he had sexual intercourse with you. It doesn't say that in the hadith. It says, until he tastes your juice, and you taste his, حتى يذوق أسولتك, until he tastes your juice. Here you will notice how the woman, she is being beaten, she is being forced into sex, she is being raped, she is humiliated, and God, supposedly, this is not Muhammad, my friend, this is God, making verses to sponsor the man, because the man is the weak person here. The woman, she is taking advantage of him. You know, the man, he have a right to rape her, and she is not letting him do it. And when this man, he said to us in the video that you should not break the skin, you should not, etc. Well, there's a different video, he says, you don't beat her in their face, or you beat her in her ass, excuse my language. Is that better? That's the most stupid, disgusting cult. In different video, this is a Muslim, Egyptian TV station. And they are talking about, by the way, always Muslims, they come to you with the scientific studies. They have scientific studies, which nobody have, except the Muslims. So here, they are asking him about people like from other believe, atheists, Christians, Hindus, whatever, they complain about Islam teaching women beating. So what do you think, Sheikh? How you can answer that? And now the Sheikh, he will get us busted, because he have the answer which you will not, you cannot refute.
تخيل يا دكتور ان المرأة الأوروبية في الوقت الحاضر بتنشد الرجل القوام. انا يعني هدي المشاهدين سريعا كده بعض احصائيات سريعا عن هذا الامر.
Imagine, doctor, the Sheikh is a doctor. He have a PhD in stupidity. So he's saying to him, imagine European women, she is looking for a strong man, Okay, let us see what strong man is that. And now he said to you, I'm going to provide the viewers with some studies, or let us say some data information.
90% من نساء بريطانيا ما بيحبوش يتزوجوا من الرجل الضعيف اللي أول ما تحصل أول مشكلة أو أي مشكلة يقعد يعيط يقول لك لا ده الراجل ده عامل شكل حريم احنا عاوزين راجل قضية الضرب دي شبهة.
Women in England, 90% of women in England, they like the man who is strong, which means the man who beat them. 90% of women in London, including the Queen Elizabeth, by the way. I mean, her husband he was beating her every day, and she is the Queen of England. So, according to studies, this is what the Muslims, I mean, their TV station is the most hilarious TV stations. They make like scientific articles about a scientist, his name Yama Yama Susuku Sasaki, Japanese from Japan. He said something. They create fantasy articles, and the Muslims, they whatever you say on TV, true. Yeah, women in England, they like 90% of women, they like the man who beat them. Only 10% of them they don't. How disgusting those 10%. We should send them to school. Only 10%. Oh, hold on. Only 90%. I thought 100% women, they will like you woke up in the morning, your husband make coffee for me, and you will love it. I mean, come on, let us face it. You're in the bed and your husband now, he woke up and wake up, you idiot. Where's my coffee? And now like you will feel like hot. Man, this is the man I was waiting for all my life. This is my dream prince. Have you ever heard of a donkey speech like this? And this is in a TV. This is like, when you see this is in a TV, that means nobody object. Like, do you see people go in the street by thousands? No. This is the whole nation believe in this. That's true. And now every Muslim man who is listening to this, oh man, I should show my wife how strong I am. And by the way, just to let you know, if you search right now in Google, you will see that Middle Eastern men are the most who suffer from domestic violence. Just between us. I mean, those people, they say something on TV, but in reality, they are potatoes. If I go right now, I show you like what is number one domestic violence in Morocco, as an example. You will see women beating men. Not the opposite. So Muslim men, they speak about themselves, they are the strong men, but inside the house, they are the chicken of the house. And if you don't believe me, you can search for it, let me see. Yeah, this is number one problem actually in Morocco, as an example, is Moroccan women, as an example, beating men. Hold on, this is not the one we want. Just wait. I was typing in Arabic. And for sure, there's women, they'll get abused. Not all men is the same. Me, myself, I saw this in the news, Well, I searched, but I didn't see the ones about the news about women are beating men in Morocco. I see only just men beating women. Is the opposite. You can search it. I saw it once in the news. Many women in Morocco face abuse at home, etc. Oh, this is Islam, my friend. Anyway. So this man here, this sheikh and this TV station, they are trying to bring for you the beauty of beating your wife. That's women, they would love you if you beat them. This is what they're trying to say to you. And for sure, only foolish people, they will believe in such a thing. you know, women is the same as you. You know, women is just a man. You see, the Bible called both the male and female Adam. You see, now we say Adam is the man, right? The fact is, when God, he created Adam and Eve, both of them, they are called Adam. And remember, Eve, according to the Bible, is created from the same flesh of Adam. So she have the same nature, she have the same feeling, she is you. It's just different gender. Nothing different. And she, as a female, God, he gave her extra gifts, like she is. You know, when they say women are emotional, this is true, but that is for the good of the women, so she can be more loving, taking care of her family. A man, he don't care. A man, you know, he sleep with the women, she have a baby, and the man, if the baby cry maybe 5-6 times, maybe he will leave him in the wood and go, if he's a donkey. So the one who will never do that is the female. And you will see even that with animals. You will see a cat carrying her babies from place to place to protect them. You will see a fish, she swallow her babies, she save them inside her mouth to protect them from being eaten by other predators. So even a fish, she been given special emotion to her babies. That is a gift. Because if the women, she don't do that, and she don't have that, how you became a man or how you became a woman? Who is the one who took care of you? So what the Muslim TV stations here are promoting, that if you want to be respected, you need to beat your wife. That's what they are saying. And this is the nation believe. And why the nation believe in this garbage? As you see, they are doing an interview with the sheikh, because this is a religious view. This is a religious teaching. This is not a tradition. This is not a culture. Islam is not a culture. Islam is made to defeat all cultures, to overcome anything. Islam is Islam. Islam is a political agenda, and that agenda contains many rules, and those rules is to praise the man. Number one man is Muhammad, and then the rest is the men who follow him, and then women at the end of the row. So now women, according to the scientific study, as this guy is saying, they love the men who beat them. Let us see more.
خطيرة جدا.
نعم.
واحدة معانا مولانا.
أقول إن الله كرم المرأة بهذه العقوبة، عقوبة الضرب.
Allah, he honored women by the punishment of beating. Did you see? Allah, he honor you by beating you. How? Explain to us, Sheikh.
كيف؟
كرمها بالضرب.
إي والله.
مش معقول. كيف؟
قال نبينا صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم: ولا تضرب الوجه.
Look how good the Prophet. He said, don't beat their face. This is how Allah, he honor you. We can beat your shoulder, we can beat your bum, we can beat your legs, we can beat your feet, but don't beat the face, please. See how Allah, he honor you. I mean, let us face it. If Allah is not honoring you, why he will say don't beat her face? Do you see how amazing, beautiful this religion is? Allah, he honor you when he order punishment of beating you. Because the Muslim man should not beat your face. That's deep. That's very deep. Actually, this is the philosophy by itself. We should open a philosophy school. Actually, there is a guy who live in Spain, and he is a sheikh. He made a book teaching Muslim men how to beat their wives, so the police will not cut them. Because you know, if in the West, if you beat your wife, she called the police, you can stay for good time in jail. So this guy, he wanted to help the Muslims how to beat the system by teaching them how to beat their wives. So Imam wrote for wife beating book, and a Muslim cleric who wrote a book that advised men how to beat up their wives without leaving incriminating marks, has been sentenced by the Spanish court. It's an art, brother. Because now we live in the West, and still we have to practice our right to beat our wife. So we will teach you. And what the guy was saying here in the book, you put a board under her panty, you know, like cardboard, like, you know, from boxes. You put it under her panty, and then you whip her or you beat her, and that will prevent leaving marks on her skin. So if she called the police, you will say she's lying. What is the proof? Where is the proof? This is what the Western did to themselves by opening, you know, citizenship for people like this. I mean, shouldn't this guy strip from his citizenship right away and send him out immediately? This guy is a dangerous person. Those people are dangerous. Shouldn't you examine who is coming to your country before you give him citizenship? What they believe? You know, every country have an exam for citizenship. What about examine what they believe about violence, as example, about women, about others? Because they will live in the society. They will be part of it. Oh, I forgot. You know, they will never be. Because they decide that you are kafir and we are the good and you are the bad. So they look at you down always. So here you will see how Allah, He respected women by ordering the man to beat her everywhere, but not in her face, brother. That's beautiful.
Allah.
ولا تقبح. شوف كرمها.
Okay, and he said, ولا تقبح. The translation says, don't call her ugly. Let us see if this is true or not. Let us see. This is the hadith book. Is it true that Muslim men are not allowed to insult women by saying words, saying ugly? As an example, the guy in the translation says ugly. How ugly more than saying that you are women, they come in the image of the devil and they live in the image of the devil. My friend, the one who keep repeating the text over and over and over, please, I am not blind, my friend. Post it once, twice, and that's it. Please. Repeating it 1,000 times will not make it better. So, the women, she come in the image of the devil and she live in the image of the devil. So now we have many ways to respect women. First, we don't beat the face, but we beat the ass. We don't beat the face, but we beat the feet. We don't beat the face, but we beat everywhere. In the same time, brother, Allah, He said, don't call her ugly, but say to her, you are the devil. Look how beautiful this religion is. I mean, can you see? Are you blind? So beautiful. So Muhammad here is teaching people that women are the devil. They are always evil. And here we understand this filthy religion, how they look at the women. So Muhammad, he surrounded the women from every direction. She have to be in control. How you control her? We beat them. We give you 4 of them. You can divorce them easy. You can marry them easy. You can throw them in the street easy. And even inheritance, a woman, she cannot inherit the same as a male. And even in the court, actually, a Muslim woman in the court, she is not allowed to witness for the capital punishment. She can only witness for borrowing money. And 2 women equal to 1 man. Why? The Quran says, so if one of them forgot, the other one will remind her, which means women are stupid. And actually in the hadith, Muhammad, he says, ناقصات عقل ودين. ناقصات عقل mean they have less brain. They have half a brain. Can you imagine?